I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch with our advanced trade discussion part 2. Now if you didn't see the basic trade video, I will link that in the description as the first link, and I will put it at the end of this video just in case you want to watch advanced discussion before you watch the basic. Now in that first video, which already has 120 comments and I've been answering questions over and over again, I made a claim that is entirely untrue. I was talking about affixes are 50% more likely to be exalted. Every other item dropped, if your Circle of Fortune, will not be exalted, okay? Just for the sake of example, because I don't know the percentage, if you had a 10% chance to get an exalted item, this 50% chance would mean it would go to 15%, okay? It's going to add 50% to that base. Just putting that out there. Make sure everybody understands. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the frequently asked questions. I'm going to talk through questions I've already gotten, and then if you do not get your question answered, leave it in the comment section. I will make sure I give you a reply. Now, right off the bat, how will you balance MG and COF? Now, EHG has always said they want the main way to find loot is hunting it and going out into the world. And because of that, I do think COF will always be slightly favored. And a survey that I just put up in my community is showing 80% of people that have voted say their team COF, Circle of Fortune, which isn't surprising, honestly. I want to be able to give items to the community. I want to be able to share, so I will likely try to hit rank 10 on Merchants Guild. So we will see. But anyways, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be tweaking the dials, and they're going to continue to turn those dials until they are as balanced as possible. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Hopefully they do a good job. Can I play with the opposite faction? Yes. EHG is not creating two games. It's not a solo self-found and a trade full player driven economy. No, you can play with both factions. And moving on to the next question, can we gift items between us freely? Yes. An MG and a COF can still gift items freely amongst each other, okay? What happens to my gear when I switch factions? It all becomes unequipped. So this is how it works. If you are Circle of Fortune, and let's say I'm a rank 10 Merchants Guild, I've got all this gold, I just went and bought you the best stuff in the game. And you're like, awesome. I'm just going to switch factions and you're going to be able to gift that all to me because we have enough resonance. Technically, that's true. I can buy whatever I want. I can use my resonance and I can give it to you. But you cannot equip it until you have the proper rank in Merchants Guild to put it on. So for weeks, we have been trying to poke holes in this. We've been trying to break down like, ooh, how do okay, we'll go to level 50 on COF, then we'll switch over to MG, and then by that time we'll have enough currently. We've been trying to poke as many holes in it as possible. And maybe that'll happen. Maybe we'll figure out the best, most optimal way to level up, but we haven't been able to figure that out yet. So the only way that would work, okay, is if you literally leveled up each one and maintained two different gear sets. Because if you're MG, you can't put on COF, and if you're COF, you can't put on MG. So if you leveled up both and maintained two gear sets, that would work. And there's some people that are going to grind and grind and grind and get there, but it's going to take a long time. So that's the only way that that would work. And at that point, it doesn't matter. You could go buy the stuff you want from MG. Will resonance let me gift non-crafting materials, COF items? Yes. So exactly what I said, but you got to have the proper rank. Am I going to have to manually store resonance in my stash? No, it will be sorted with crafting materials. Are there restrictions on which items that can be traded? Now, this is something that I've heard a little bit of slack on, You can trade pretty much any item in the game, okay? That being said, you have to have the right rank. So until you hit rank 10, not everything will be unlocked. So it's like, you know, magic, rares, sets. You move up to uniques, then it's uniques with legendary potential and exalts and legendaries. But just for sake, once you are max rank in MG, you could trade everything. Okay. How do I interact with the trade economy? You can trade with someone else face to face, or you can trade through the bazaar. Okay. Both of them will cost gold, so you can't use any other currency. It won't matter. You're still going to have to use gold, and you are still going to have to use favor. Okay. So it doesn't matter how you are trading. It's going to be the same, but obviously if you're trading with friends, you're not going to have to go to the bazaar and actually do the transaction. Any other friends that are part of MG, you can trade with. Okay. How long does it take to fully rank up? I've gotten this question a lot. So to achieve max rank, it will be after you reach level 100. Okay. And remember, this is cycle content. So let's say a cycle lasts 3 or 4 months. It all depends on how much you play. And that's where I'm saying that if you reach level 100, then started another character, and let's say it took you 50 or 60 to get that max rank, you would then have to start over to reach max rank on the other faction. So yes, it is possible to level up both. It's just going to take a super long time. When can I start earning ranks in the faction? Towards the end of the campaign. So if I'm playing COF and then decide to switch to MG, I can't use any of my gear. That is correct. You cannot use any of your gear. You got to keep 2 sets. What if I want to play both factions and switch regularly? Totally fine. Just got to have 2 different gear sets. Is this the only faction system that we will ever get? No. I do believe we're going to get different factions in the future. Now, that being said, one faction gives you the ability to trade, and another faction gives you great loot. Whatever future factions we get, I mean, they're going to have to be pretty darn good to beat those out. Is there any way to resell items? There's no way to play the market. So you can't find like all the tier 7 run walk boots and hoard them all and then resell them. Once an item is sold through the bazaar, it cannot be resold. Can I trade crafted items? Yes. Can I trade crafting materials? No. What is the trading currency? Gold. What if I'm trading face to face? Still gold. Can I drop trade? No. How will the bazaar system work? You will go to the bazaar, and in the bazaar, it's going to be different stations. The best way I could describe it is it's like, here is the boots person, and here is the helmet person, and here's the weapons person, and here's the armor person, and here's the accessory person. And you would go up to that person and you could search the entire whatever people have for sale all at once to find what you are looking for. Okay. Are solo characters automatically COF by default? No, but you should be. Does direct trading cost favor? Yes, same as the bazaar. Is there any way to sell items with COF requirement? No. Will gifted items be able to be re-gifted to eligible parties? Yes. Will every item drop with faction requirement on it? No. So only COF will drop with a faction requirement on it. Does progress towards dropping resonance with a specific player persist through multiple play stations? Yes. So if you play an hour here, 2 hours there, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, all of that will build up. So it's not like you have to play for 2, 3, 4 hours to get one of those to drop. What determines your faction rank an item requires to use? So, they haven't fully broken this down yet, okay, but I'm going to read. The MG rank required to equip and bought items is normally equal to the rank requirement to buy or sell that item type. Rank 1, normal, magic, rare items. Rank 2, set items. Legendary items and uniques with legendary potential are exception to this, as they only require the rank required to buy or sell regular unique of that type. COF rank required to equip an item is normally 1 less than the COF rank you were when the item dropped, but it's always between 1 and 5. So you will know your rank, and you will know the rank of the item that you can use, because it's all going to be labeled on the item. but COF is different than MG. How will the addition of these factions affect the balance of the game as a whole? And they just put right here, these factions add a powerful source of items regardless of which faction you pick. So further changes, they would lead to dramatic increases in player power and the game becoming a lot easier. To counteract this, we will increase the power of monsters, also adjust the item drop rates and rewards at relevant levels. This has not been broken down yet. So as far as frequently asked questions, that is what we have gone through. So now really quickly, let me answer a few other questions. Question number 1, bots. Oh no, I used to play Lost Ark. There was bots everywhere. It lagged the game down. I hate bots. And since they're going to use gold as the currency, I already know what's going to happen. They're going to set up their bot, spin to win. They'll go to bed. And when they wake up, they're going to have piles of gold to spend in the bazaar. Now, I've never used bots. I don't know how sophisticated they are, but I can tell you, specifically talking to the top dogs at EHG, they already have economy breaking bot prevention in place that they can't share because they don't want to, if you put it out there, then the people that do the bots can find ways around. They take bots super serious. That is not what they want in the game. And they already have ways to stop it. And if that doesn't work, they'll continue to work on it. Okay. That's all I needed to hear. They're fully aware and they're going to do everything in their power to not have bots. Okay. That's all I know. Question number 2, how will ladders work? Which was actually a great question because even though I've been behind the scenes, I didn't even think about that. Like, how are they going to take care of ladders? This is the current idea, but nothing is set in stone. Current front runner is 1 ladder with tagged entries. Okay. So it's still going to be 1 ladder, but it'll be tagged. So you will know, is this a COF or if it's a merchant's guild? And I'm sure maybe the tag will switch based upon when you switch. I'm not 100% sure, but they still want to have 1 ladder. They're not going to want to break it up. And those are the 2 main questions that I have received. Now, if somehow you did not get your question answered, if there's something that's just driving you nuts that you need to know, put that in the comment section. And I promise you, I will find the answer, or I will answer it, or I will tell you as of right now, there's no answer. That's the video. A lot of hype. You go look at the Discord, look at the comment section of videos, go to Reddit, go to the forums. Without exaggeration, I am seeing upwards of 90-95% positivity rate, maybe even higher than that, from the community that has seen this change. Pretty cool. EHG really answered. I feel like they knocked it out of the park. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you didn't see video 1, it's coming up at the end and it's in the description. And if you haven't played Last Epoch, over 18 viable build guides that are new and up to date in the description. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.